This is Jacob Kramer back again on Keeneland Weekly. So this week we are more focused about the cultural environment and what goes on that makes Keeneland's culture so much different than any other track. Or what made Keeneland become a historical landmark that still to this day brings in all different types of cultures. From just a casual family to serious betters. This thought led me on to interviewing my sweet mate, Paul Gale from Louisville. He used to work at Churchill Downs back in the day, so I figured it'd be a good idea to ask him what his thoughts were on the difference in cultures. So I'm here today with Paul Gale.
What's up?
He's one of my sweet mates, and he used to work at Churchill Downs.
Yeah.
So he's just going to talk about the different cultural vibes from Churchill Downs and Keeneland and what he liked better from each.
Yeah. So I worked Churchill Downs last Derby. Technically 2019 Derby. That was May. Yeah, sometime around there. And I've been going to Keeneland since I was in 6th grade. So the main difference, going to Churchill Downs and working there, it's sort of it's easy to compare it going to a big store business. If you were to go to a Walmart, that's sort of more like Churchill Downs. It's just big, open. It's kind of bland. The only thing they really have is just everything's concrete floors. There's no big difference or style around everything. But going to Keeneland is more of going to a local grocery store or something. It's super everyone there sort of knows each other. It really matches with the environment of Lexington. So it's more comfortable in my opinion. Going to Churchill Downs is sort of walking into a Walmart. You don't really recognize anybody. They can be from anywhere. And it's just Keeneland feels more of a safe place in my opinion.
So do you think your opinion changed at all based on you now being in college versus you were in middle school and high school when you went to Churchill Downs?
Yeah, going to middle school and high school, you can really just you didn't really know a lot of people going, besides if you just went with your family or brought a friend along. But now in college, it's sort of everyone's gonna go on weekends and stuff, and if you don't know anyone going, you could always just find someone easily. They have college days soon, and they have those I think multiple times every race semester. So that's good. It brings a lot of college students out. And when I was in middle school, I don't know if they have it still. One section, it's only it's a college student only section. I don't know if they changed it or not. There's one section in Keeneland, towards the left of the track, that was only college students. So that was pretty cool.
All right. Thanks for talking to me today. See you later.
Anytime. See ya.
So this brings me to my next topic on how Keeneland is so family friendly. At Keeneland, there are kids all over, and the kids get very interested in the horses and watching the races growing up. They even have places for the kids to pet the horses, which is something that makes Keeneland so great for families and makes it a very good, friendly environment. I remember when I was a kid, I would always meet a friend to watch the horses with, since there were so many kids there. And I think a lot of other people felt the same way as a kid. And that's why it's still so popular to this day, because everyone's been going for generations because their kids have always had something to do there. At Keeneland. The next person I interviewed is a girl named Riley Piercefield, and this was her first time going to Keeneland, so I decided to interview her to ask her what she thought about it. So we have Riley Piercefield here.
Hey.
So I understand it's your first time at Keeneland. How would you say your first experience at Keeneland went?
It was a lot of fun. I really liked the atmosphere it had, and me and my mom, we had a lot of fun betting on horses and just picking them out. I would choose the one that's the shortest, and she'd choose the one that's the biggest. And everybody there that was really nice that I noticed, and there was a lot of friendly people there.
So you think it's definitely a place where you would take, let's say, your little cousin? You think it's a very good family environment then?
Yes, and I feel like the little kids would absolutely love getting to see the horses as well, because whenever you first walked in, there was like a place where you could pet the horses and stuff.
So since we know what there is to do with the kids now, what is there to do as a parent?
As a parent, there are plenty of things to do. Like, there's like the upstairs area where there's dining and stuff where you have to dress up nicer, or you can go down to the lower level. It's normally where like a lot of people bet at, and you can bet on the horses, and hopefully you can win some money while you're there. And then there's also a bunch of just social events and many people to meet there while you're there, and it's just a great place for anybody and everybody to go to at any time.
Okay, thanks for your time. See you some other time. Bye.
All right, thank you for listening to me today.
At Keeneland, there's also a side of things for the adults and their entertainment. They have plenty of places for the adults to hang out with people and get drinks, and nice places to eat as well. The most popular thing for adults to do, though, is to bet on the horses, which many people get extremely into. Most people just do it for fun, but on the flip side of things, some people are extreme bettors and do all their research on the horses and how they have been performing recently. While they do this, they typically have a drink in their hand to cope with how much money they're risking on their horses. But it's still a good time for everybody, because if you make money or lose money, you still have fun at Keeneland all the time. Which is why, to this day, Keeneland is still one of the most iconic attractions in Lexington. And that'll wrap it up for this week's podcast of Keeneland Weekly. I'll see y'all next week.